Brum brum beep beep.
Motherfucker.
Do you know what's weirdly? I was going to say that and then I stopped myself from saying it.
I know what you're.
5 seconds in, brilliant. As our intro suggests, well, you've read the title, so you know what the jazz is by now. Forza Motorsport. There's a new one coming out on the new Series X. We know nothing about it. We've seen some shiny intros, and that's about it, really.
We've seen a shiny computer-generated trailer and
Pre-rendered, which tells you the square root of fuck all.
yeah, that kind of stuff, and yeah.
So what we're going to do is just basically go through and just put in a little bit of a wish list of what we want to see from the new Forza Motorsport game. So before we get into it, let's do a little bit of house cleaning. Did you know, Matt, did you know this?
I know what? I know many things.
That on our videos, 97% of people that view our videes aren't subscribed. Did you know that?
Are they?
Really? Yeah.
Shame
Not kidding.
on those fuckers.
What? See, you've got the Matt judgment, but what you need to do is turn that into Matt love. And how do you get some Matt love? You subscribe. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Selling up Matt love. There's something I never thought I'd do. When I woke up this morning, that's something I never thought I'd say. Don't forget though, it does help us out. We've got goals and we're trying to grow, and it does help us.
Yeah.
So let's get back on track and see what do we want to see in the next Forza Motorsport game. So the next Forza Motorsport is going to be it's going to be Forza Motorsport 8 technically, but I think it's
titled Forza Motorsport.
Yeah, libraries be damned, am I right?
Yeah, naming conventions go away.
Yeah, so it's going to be Forza Motorsport done. Yes, so there's rumours it's just going to be on next gen, but I have a feeling that's going to be poo-pooed.
Well, we haven't actually had a date for it.
We've had nothing.
So
there's a lot of rumours.
I think initially I would say it would have been next gen, but given the fact that next gen consoles are harder to find than
rock and horse shit.
Yeah.
So
maybe you could. There's probably even the shout if it could be sort of a cross-gen kind of game.
Yeah, I have a feeling that we're only going to start seeing next-gen games for consoles solely for them when the consoles are readily available. But that's a video for another time.
Yeah,
I've got a lot to say about that. No, this is. Well, we've seen loads of rumours for what could apparently be the next Forza Motorsport game. Some of them could be true, some of them could be bollocks. Well, maybe we'll go through and debunk some of them, Yeah, because that could be fun.
Yeah, it could be fun. We can fondle all his opinions.
Yeah, so let's jump a bit from there. Okay, so if we kind of bust through a few of these apparent details. These are apparently in leaked tweets. I don't know how much you want to look into them. But we can kind of see if we can debunk them, if you want to go through.
Yeah, okay.
And then we can. What we'll do is, if we go through these apparent leaks, debunk them, yes or no, and then see how we could remodel that into what we want to see. Good.
Yeah. Okay. I can work with that format.
Good. So off the top of these apparent myths, first one is new tire pressure model.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to do that either.
A new tire pressure. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sure. Yeah.
I'll have that.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Banging.
Cool.
Sure. Dynamic track temperature.
Well, yeah.
Makes sense. I mean, I guess that works with the tire pressure model.
Well, work in conjunction. And
because if there's tire pressure, that surely there's tire management, right?
Yeah, I think that, probably better words out. Sort of a new tire model physics, whatever you want to call it.
Because then on hot tracks, tires will get more abrasive. Right?
Yeah, there'll be. Yeah, I think the weather will prevent. So like in the dry sort of certain like dry, hot weather, yeah, they might be harder to keep alive. But then cooler weather, you might struggle to keep them in warm, really.
Yeah, yeah, I think that would be a good addition, I would say.
Yeah.
Um, New atmosphere pressure system affecting air density, dynamics, and power. So if you're in a race up in the mountains, you might have less engine power.
So basically, it's altitude. That's
Basically, yeah. So if there's kind of
Rio.
yeah, yeah, if you're in the mountains, your car won't be as powerful.
Yeah, it won't be as pokey.
I think that would be good.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting. Yeah.
Interesting concept because then when it comes to choosing a car for like a lobby race or something,
You probably go turbocharged.
well, yeah, you could at least think a little bit differently rather than power, acceleration,
Yeah, you just
the same car for all.
yeah, just sort of adds a new dynamic, so to speak.
Redesigned suspension system with NED modelling. I don't know what that modelling means, that's all it says. So, a new suspension system.
Yeah, I think. I mean, probably I would say like playing Forza, like the cars do feel a bit stiff.
Yeah, yeah, they do. If you think of tracks like Sebring, like that last corner, where it's really bouncy, and then your car, you're just trying to willing it to go around the corner. You're
Yeah.
just praying it goes round.
Yeah, it feels like driving like even like a Lamborghini or a Le Mans car or even a Formula One car. It just feels like it's sort of unusually stiff.
Yeah, there's no real middle ground. It's literally stiff or nothing.
Yes, there's no sort of like
Even games like fucking Wreckfest had better suspension system.
yeah, it's sort of like weight transfer. That's what weight transfer. That's the word I want to use.
Next one, new ranked online system.
Well, yeah, if it cuts out all the shit.
Yeah, if it had a ranked system, yeah, ranked online system. If it had like what is the game? Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
Like a license system which driving like a tit affects your
Right.
rating, then I'm all for that.
Yeah, just don't make me watch a video saying, "What's this sportsmanship?"
Oh god, yeah, I wouldn't. No, I'm not having that. New integrated online ghosting system. So if someone's trying to grief you, ghost them.
Yeah, I'll say that could work. I mean, if they're coming at sort of unusually high speed.
Yeah, it works on Forza Horizon. It really does.
Yeah.
And I would say that it's probably one of the best integrated ghosting systems out there.
Yeah.
I would argue that that is the case. Just because if someone's coming at you on unusually high speeds, they can just go through you.
Yeah. I mean, the wall penalties are a bit.
Oh, the wall penalties are bollocks. No, that's not what I mean.
Yeah. Just to balance it out.
Yeah, no, the wall penalties get to fuck. Tracks have full day and night cycles depending on the race length and track. So if you were doing Le Mans, a 12-hour, a 6-hour around Spa,
Yeah.
I'd love that.
Yeah, that would work quite nicely.
That's something that should have existed. That's something that did exist in Grid, wasn't it? The original Grid.
It existed in Grid. Even Gran Turismo 5 had it. Way back then. And it is quite cool. But yeah, Forza for some reason has never really.
It's never been able to do it.
It never really integrated it. I've never understood why, because it just seems like a bit of a.
So, yes, should have been done ages ago.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes. Long time coming.
Yeah. Rubber in tracks.
Yeah, I would go with that because like as you're saying, with like if anyone watches Formula out there, like start of the weekend the track is green, so it's not going to have much grip. But as the more you go around it, rubber's going to go down.
Yeah, the basic way of explaining it is rubbering in. Basically, the more tyres that go around, the grippier the track then becomes.
Yeah.
It's the most basic way of explaining it.
But then it comes to the thing of like if you go offline, there's going to be less grip.
Yeah. Which again, I think it would be good. So it would kind of promote more league racing. So to speak. Heat interaction with tyre pressure.
So going back to the tyre, the model thing.
Yeah, heat interaction. So presumably, if it's hot, then the tyres get harder to control.
Yeah, it's just harder to keep them in an operating window, and you might overheat them.
And then you have to go into conservative mode. I would love that. but that's just got the boring boffin in me. I think I would love that. Because F1 has a similar system, but to me it doesn't really work as well. You don't have to conservatively drive your tyres too much, I don't think.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah, like you could sort of drive like a madman, but still the tyres are still hanging there.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah. Like, you could hold off for maybe half a lap if they're absolutely screaming in pain, but other than that, it's fine.
Yeah.
Here we go. Expanded race capacity. Rumoured 40 cars on track.
That would work in somewhere like, like on a big track, like sort of like your Spa, maybe Le Mans, Nürburgring. It would work. Short tracks, imagine 40 cars around
Brands Hatch?
Brands Hatch.
That'd be mental. I'd love that.
But it'd be a bit hectic. Be like, okay, this is a bit.
Put it this way: Forza 7, 40 cars, Rio. Can you imagine that?
Can I take death?
Exactly. So, yes, but also no.
40 cars around the Top Gear test track.
Oh my god, mate. Okay, that's another thing that needs to be on the list. Bin the Top Gear track, for the love of God. I hate that track. No, I'm all for bigger race capacity. I'm all for it. I love it when there's loads of cars on track, but it has to make sense. Not just for the sake of it.
Yeah, I think if they're going to do if they do like endurance races, do it for that.
Okay. Off-road racing on land or gravel?
Yeah, I mean,
don't see why not.
Yeah, if you could do a couple of dirt tracks, even if it chucks in a few rallycross tracks.
If there's specialist rally tracks, yeah, that'd be great. Rally races, yeah.
Yeah, go for give me more of that.
Absolutely, right to my veins. I will file that right in those bad boys.
Yeah.
Clubs returning.
I don't have much experience with clubs.
I don't remember. Didn't really use them.
So we're both in the same boat. They're like, eh.
Yeah, they can do if they want. Don't really.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really have an opinion on that.
Yeah.
Suppose, yeah, we can have the XMVR Racing Club.
Yeah.
But a shrug. Get that from me.
Yeah, meh.
Yeah. So that's kind of the main bulk of what is rumoured, and then there's a few other points that says the fact that Turn 10 is targeting key points, mostly being quality, so car detail, track detail over quantity. So don't expect 700 cars on track, or don't expect 700 cars available. So what it's mostly looking like is less cars available again.
So basically they're doing what they're doing from like Forza 4 to Forza 5.
Yeah, next game releases and there's less cars.
I was going to say, it's a bold move, but it will put pressure on it, because if the gameplay has to be really good for them
to justify it.
To justify it. If it's like, if I come into it feeling like this is too similar to Forza 7, then you've lost it, mate. Really.
Yeah. If it's just similar but less, then that doesn't work. Then you just wasted everybody's time.
Yeah.
Career mode, or whatever you want to call it, needs some kind of overhaul.
Yeah.
I don't know what, but the career mode for Forza 7 was bloody boring, of just doing the different disciplines. There needs to be some kind of linear some kind of racing series.
As I say, look, I played Forza Horizon. Not Forza Horizon. That's a total different. The Forza Motorsport game since Forza 5. And the career modes have just been absolute whack.
Why not some kind of Forza experience where you are, let's say in Forza 8, you are a paid driver, so you have a calendar, and you can use your calendar and you can use your time and do different races inside a different yearly cycle.
Okay. Yeah.
So say as an example, in, I don't know, August you're doing tin top racing, and you've got 4 races in a tournament, and it's all in summer, so you're racing in hot locations. Then when it's November and December, you're doing, I don't know, Formula 4, as an example, where it's raining and then it's a bit more miserable.
Yeah, that's quite
Why wouldn't that work?
That would work quite well. I can sort of see because you probably in every single race series you start out in your stupid like your Mazda MX-5s and your the slow cars, and you sort of you go through it, you work your way out, and you get your faster car, and it could work, and it could, and certain depend on certain locales. In Britain, during the winter it's going to be bloody miserable, rain, cold, miserable. But if you're going to do it in Dubai as an example, it's going to be quite toasty and warm.
Exactly that. So why wouldn't that work? And that would work in well with their supposed weather system or supposed track atmosphere. So maybe I've just said what they're planning. Maybe I'm onto something and they owe me money now. I don't know.
Please get in touch.
So the next thing they kind of put is Forza Tech, the engine. So saying about the game is going to be taking advantage of the Series X being locked at 4K at 120 frames with ray tracing. Yes, but it needs to have the point of everything else has to work. Like having you need to have the TV in order to support that. You know.
Yeah, I mean, because these with the new next gen, they're sort of 8K. Ready, aren't they?
I think so. Who's got an 8K TV though?
Well, I mean, whoever wants to spend. Because I actually did look it up, and on a internet provider's about to say for free advertising. It was around
hashtag not sponsored, but we're looking.
We're looking. It was around $3,000 to get an 8K TV.
Yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah. So
who's got that line round for just a TV that looks just that little bit clearer? Mental.
And if you ask me about frame rate, if it's anything above 30 frames per second, which is about normal, I'm not really that bothered.
There's only so much that the human eye can take in. So when you drop from 30 to 60, you do notice it. But if you've got it locked to 60, you don't really notice anything above that, really.
Yeah, it's that's just the thing. It's for me, frame rate's not really a thing I go compared to some people probably out there. They go say, "Oh, it's running at 30 frames per second. Burn them all." And I'm just like,
who would be there sat there going, "I've dropped from 120 to 110." Oh, who gives a shit to start off with?
I mean,
probably
there's people out there probably, but for me, it's just if it doesn't look like it's going or watching you online with your internet connection.
Oh, don't 2 weeks until I can get any router.
Yeah, jiggering around, jumping around.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll start going what the fuck is this bollocks?
Yeah.
But if it's above 30 and it looks like it's
and if it's steady.
Steady is the main thing. If it's steady, then I'm that'll do.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. So that kind of leads it on, sort of polishing up in a nice little bow. The last kind of note on this is apparently it's going to be officially revealed, July 23rd at the Xbox Games Showcase. Well, that could have changed. I could be looking at an old document.
So basically, this year's digital E3.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for something.
Yeah, I mean, the last year we saw a pre-rendered trailer which shows you the square root of fuck all.
Yeah, so it's probably there's got to be something there.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll get kind of something a little bit more onto it, but I agree with your point of until the consoles are readily available, they're not going to make them just Xbox Series X only, are they?
Not really. I mean, what's the only sort of for Xbox in particular? I mean, the only game that's actually exclusive was a horror game.
Yeah.
And that's it. And it's it's on Game Pass. Why can't you just? Yeah. Even PlayStation 5, sort of a slight off shoot here. Returnal, that sort of roguelite.
Yeah.
That's making a thing. That's PS5, and it's getting all the raves. Great, but not a lot of people playing it because no one owns the PS5.
Yeah, because there's no point in doing it yet. like I said, if you can't pick it up, what's the point? So, I don't know. It just, to me, it doesn't make any sense. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah. Okay, rant over about the next gen consoles.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll wrap this up here in a nice little bow. Don't forget to give us all the good stuff that you know and like. Like I said, it helps us out.
Yeah.
Any comments that we might have missed? Anything that you feel like we missed or should have talked about? Don't forget to let us know in the comments.
And maybe we'll talk about it more.
Let us know on Twitter as well, and Facebook and Insta, even though I don't post half as much as I should do on Insta.
Yeah, if you want to see 2-year-old photos of us for gaming shows.
We need more shows to go to because I'm just recycling our content. What else are you going to put on Insta?
Memes.
Oh, yeah. It's always plan B. It's always plan B. Alright, well, we'll see everybody here in the next one. I've been Darren, and who have you been?
Jeff Daniels.
Bye.